Here we are going to make a background for the bear throwing flowers. So what we want to do is we want to create two circles. One will be the foreground, which is the yellow, and one will be the white, which is the background. So we want to cut a piece of fabric big enough for the center circle. And then we're going to iron on some iron-on paper, which is like freezer paper. This one isn't freezer paper, but it's a similar product. So it has got a temporary adhesive on the back of it. So we're going to iron it onto the back of the fabric, because we're going to be cutting this circle out with scan and cut machine. So we need to support our fabric just by having some paper iron on the back. It just makes it a little bit more stable. So we have a grid. Excuse the wrinkles there, this mat is quite old. And we want to center our square into the center of the mat. Just press it down lightly. We're going to load our mat. We're going to cut our circle out. So we're not going to be putting a fusible web on the back of this fabric there, because we don't want to build up the web layers for doing our applique, because it actually doesn't require it. So we've cut our circle and we're going to release our mat. So the paper comes off really easily. Try and pull the paper and the fabric off together. And that's going to be the center of our bear background. Now we want to cut a square which is around about 12 by 12, big enough to actually cover your mat. We just want to put some paper into the middle of this cutout, because we're going to again cut out the circle. And just iron some paper on in the center of the square. Fabric side down to our mat. Try and keep it as central as possible and square. There's a few wrinkles you can see there from the mat there, but it won't affect the cut. So we're going to load our mat into the machine. We're going to scan the mat just so as we can see where our square is, to make sure that our circle is going to actually cut within the area that we have placed the paper on. Yes, we're quite happy with that. And now we're going to cut out. Release our mat. Now we're going to do the border, which is going to actually hold these two layers together. So we've got our central and our outside of our white and our yellow, and we're going to actually put a pink border around the outside edge of it, which will cover that join, or where those raw edges are. So we've got a fabric big enough. Again, we're going to iron some paper on the back of it to support during the cut. If we put the fabric onto the mat by itself, we will find that it won't cut. Actually, we're not putting fabric on it, we're going to be putting fusible web on it. So we're going to take the back side or the underside off of the steamer seam, place it onto the underside of our fabric, press it into position. So we're not ironing it, we're pressing it. And once we've got it into place, we'll just flip that fabric over and give it another quick press. It's important that it is adhered to the fabric. Then with our mat, we're going to place it again in the center. So we know what the center is of this because we've cut a piece which is about 7.5 by 7.5, I think it was, or 8.5 by 8.5, and we use the crosshairs to find the center. So once that's actually on the center, just checking to see that's in the right place. We're scanning the fabric on the mat, so it's right side of the fabric against the mat. Checking our design. Now we need to group our two layers together because they are two separate cuts, and so we need to group them so as they move as a pair. And then we can move that across and put it inside our pink. Just so as it comes inside that area, and just check that out. That looks good. Okay, and we're going to cut, go, and so it's going to do two cuts. It's going to do the inside circle, and then it's going to do the outside frill. So there we have the outside area. There we have our frame with the sticky on the back. So what we're going to be doing is we've got our background, which is white, our yellow, which is on the inside, and then this pink will cover that seam and stick those two layers together.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video on using the cutting machine. This is our freebie bare applique project that you can find on our website, sosweepy.com.